Hello, welcome to VOD of Consciousness with Sientir. I am Sientir. You can support me at my Patreon, patreon.com/Sientir. And I don't know. I'm trying a thing. So, I have a really weird party going on that is attempting to use lots of shouts and chants and stuff and combo those with things like Chorus of Restoration. Next time each ally within your shot uses a shout or chant, they're healed for health, or Energizing Chorus. Stuff like that. I don't know about my bar. Maybe I would want something different. I have said this before, I'll say it again. Paragons have a really poor supply of elites that are at all interesting. So maybe I want to dip into motivation and bring something like The Power is Yours or Song of Purification. Probably not a bad idea to bring Song of Purification, honestly, but like there's just not that many choices available to me. So I'm trying Hasty Refrain. It allows me to give people run buffs that stick around. I don't know. Anyway, my complete lack of excitement at Paragon Elite options aside, we are going to continue doing Winds of Change because I want to eventually get the or complete the campaign. There's a couple of you get some gems from it, which will help with one of my characters that I'm trying to get Vabian armor on. But also, and this is kind of important, it gets me the ability to get the spear that I want for this character. So, Initiate Zayri says, reports of Afflicted within Kaineng are dwindling every day. People are beginning to see the benefits of our work, and more people are rallying to join our cause. It's amazing, isn't it? There's an infectious quality to moving forward that people just get swept up by. No offense to great heroes such as yourself, but I welcome the time when people won't rely on lone saviors to solve their troubles. They'll tackle problems themselves. What do you say we continue to fight the good fight and deal with the Afflicted in the Undercity? Well, let's continue. He does have another one. This is a hard mode only version that gives much more rewards and is kind of a repeat through, so you can do the whole quest as well in hard mode once you've done them in normal mode. Speaking of which, I don't want to be in hard mode. Thank you very much. So Undercity is over here. Oh. I need to remember how I get there. I might need to get there through this zone transition. One moment. I need to consult the wiki. The Undercity. The Undercity. I did not think about doing this beforehand, but Vizuna Square local quarter or travel through Wajan Bazaar or Bukdak Byway. Yeah, okay, so the Undercity has a bunch of bosses in it, and there's support from Bukdak Byway. Next up there. I think I don't have local quarter. Well, you know what? Let's just go from the marketplace. This is the Undercity. So the interesting fact about the marketplace here, there's a preview weekend where players got to play a little bit of factions early. And the way that it worked is you'd basically get plopped into the marketplace here, which is actually a very attractive town. As you can see, it's got a lot of nice buildings in it, not like the slums that populate most of Kaineng that we'll see later. And you talk to NPCs, and they would basically teleport you to Matu Keep, and then you could go to Tinglewood Copse and into this area, or over into Boris Seabed and kind of visit some of this area. So either way, you could visit Luxon or Kurzik areas, and you basically saw the marketplace of Kaineng and like none of the rest of Kaineng. So it really disguised the nature of the zone, which is, I think, an interesting historical note, shall we say. So anyway, I have no idea how this party is going to end up working. It is an experiment. Yeah. So, and I also don't know the best way of getting to the zone I'm trying to get to. So I'm just going to wander around a bit. This is what a lot of Kaineng is like. Is kind of like this and kind of being lost. And fighting a lot of Ampha. Oh, well, here's some zone transition. Of course, they have Flashing Blades Assassins. Oh, I got Blade Turn Refrain. Isn't that nice? Man, I wish I had something exciting to say here. It's just these assassins are really obnoxious. Actually, let's go after these necromancers. Okay, so, I mean, we're doing fine? I don't know. How do I evaluate this? Where does this even go? Like... Oh, that's a portal above us. So... Yeah, the Skyway, I guess. I think the Skyway is over. Ah, friggin... Well, somehow she managed to get the adrenaline needed for Fear Me. I don't quite know how that managed, but... there it is, nonetheless. I mean, she doesn't really need that, but whatever. Yeah, that's a Skyway up there. Oh, Sun the Quivering. Hi. Part of what makes navigating Kaining so difficult is this map is not entirely helpful in figuring out what's even going on. So it certainly adds confusion to it anyway. I got some cloth, which is nice. Sun the Quivering is a warrior boss, has Quivering Blade, as one might anticipate, I suppose. I suppose we do have a good bit of, like, incidental life gain from all of the lyrics going around, which is the point. Also, these refrains are very, very, very strong. Just wanted to point out that the refrains that give us health regeneration and a 15% chance to block keep renewing themselves because we have shouts ending on us all the time. So they're very powerful in that regard. I'm not here to capture that, though. I'm going to put a haste refrain on myself so I can run slightly faster. And keep our refrains around by ending shouts or chants on ourselves. That's how it works. Man, those assassins are really annoying. Does everybody basically have the refrains on them? It looks like that's probably the case. Ooh, we got a Deadly Cesta. That's kind of cool. I will take this random Deadly Cesta. And I will be happy about it. Ah, we're entering a slightly nicer part of the area. Kaining is one of those places where, like, it's like so much of Pantha. The idea is there, the execution is a bit lacking. Man. This is just a bizarre team comp, is all I'm saying. It seems to be working okay. Like, things like Mending Refrain is very strong. Mending Refrain actually, especially if you're running some charge users to keep your party going and stuff, can just be an infinitely lasting thing. It's quite impressive in that regard. I do not come to the Undercity very often. There are a lot of zones in this game which just don't have a specific draw. That's what these sorts of quests are for. They're to give these zones a draw. And in that regard, I kind of like that fact. And yeah, slowly our refrains will be built up on everybody, and hopefully we can keep them going. I'm going to go ahead and use this just to try to help keep some of the refrains around. But I gave Zen my Coward, by the way, because this is a really interesting build idea. So Coward knocks down a moving foe, and that allows her to be able to launch a Falling Spider Twisting Fangs combo, which is terrifying. That inflicts a lot of condition damage very quickly. So I don't know if it's any good or not, but I really like the idea for being able to go Coward and then Falling Spider directly into Twisting Fangs. Of course, she can go Falling Spider into whatever she wants, but that's kind of the intention behind what I've set up on her. Okay, how do I don't know how to navigate this zone, I've realized. This is not a bad skill. It's not an amazing skill. I find it interesting what things I choose to have win. So I'm going to actually throw a hasty refrain on Zenmai because I want her to be able to run faster. I would like to not be blinded. Any opportunity you have to make me not blinded would be great. Actually, we probably don't have very much condition removal. I probably should have brought Song of Purity on somebody, but whatever, I didn't. No, do I go down that way? Can I get up there from going this way? I legitimately don't know. I know that there are a bunch of defensive things going around on everyone. Other than that, I don't know. I don't know my way around this place. Apparently Chant the Dragon's Blood is down here, a necromancer boss. You know what? This area makes for an evocative image. I'm going to screenshot this for my thumbnail. And I guess I'm going to fight Chant? Why not? I mean, if I didn't take a screenshot, I could have... Whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm focusing on the boss because bosses have way more damage in this game. Ampha assassins are annoying, and I dislike them. It's good for me to keep Hasty Refrain going on, especially Zenmai, but both Zenmai and Milani can make good use of it. The reason why Milani doesn't need it as much is because she has an increased move speed skill on her bar, which reduces the need for an increased move speed skill being used on her by someone else. But still is useful. Okay, it looks like we can in fact get the direction that I'm going to need to go by going this way, I think. So that's nice. Flashing Blades only works while you're attacking, by the way. So if I can kind of front load some of the damage on the assassin, that's definitely useful. There's a healer going on over here. Oh, they have Martyr. Martyr moves all conditions from allies to yourself. It's a monk's skill, non-attributed. I think it's generally worse than the signet, the Cautery signet that Paragons have. I base that assessment, as it were, on the fact that Cautery signet puts one condition on you, while that transfers all conditions to you. I don't know. It's hard to say which one's better. Neither are good. Man, this is kind of a cool area in here, too. The Undercity is really neat. I just never come here. What a convoluted little zone. I appreciate that there's a quest that brings me to this convoluted little zone. Looks like all of our echoes have worn off, which is a little sad, but whatever. This looks like a horde. What an unfortunate place the Undercity is. You could call it that. Okay, what's going on? I don't know. I'm not hitting anything. Everything is a train wreck. There we go. That's what I wanted. Oh my goodness. I may have over-aggroed ever so slightly. Ever so lot. Okay, it looks like we've got some Ampha going on with the Afflicted here. Ampha have a weird relationship with the Afflicted. They're always kind of shown not as at odds as one would expect. I don't know if I have any... Oh. General Morgan has We Shall Return. So if somehow he stays alive... he can do something about all of us if he just is given a moment longer. There we go. How did I get backed into this corner? Can somebody explain that to me? I don't know how I ended up in that corner. So, basically, it looks like the Ampha are not fighting the Afflicted, or are they fighting the Afflicted? I honestly cannot tell you if they are fighting the Afflicted or not. Cora, hi, dear. What's going on? Enfa the Awakened is almost dead. Okay, the Afflicted and the Ampha are in fact fighting each other. General Morgan has just resurrected everyone because he's a good boy. Although nobody has any energy right now, which might be a problem. Oh, good. Nothing to fear is able to go off. Okay, General Morgan is currently winning the prize for being useful. And I'm trying to figure out... This thing needs to go down. I don't know what's going on right now, but I know that this monk needs to go down. Okay, why is Zenmai still dead? And is there anybody that can do anything about that aside from General Morgan? No, where is Zenmai? Zenmai's right here in the middle of us. There we go. Get all of these people off my bar. Okay. So anyway, as I was trying to say before, we had a weird pseudo party wipe, in which the Ampha may or may not have been fighting the Afflicted. There's a kind of yeah, these are not normally Ampha. There's kind of a strange relationship with the Ampha where they kind of are allied with the Afflicted for some reason. It's kind of weird. It doesn't entirely make sense. Okay, so if I go this direction, I'm just going to use that again. I want to not fight all of them Kappa down there. Oh, what the heck is this mess? Before I joined the Mystery of Purity, nothing drove me except my own grief. Through them, I found a purpose. I wish that the people here could do the same. What makes you say that? Look around you. Does this place look like a fitting home for any but those who have nothing else? Okay, so it looks like we're coming in on a battle of some sort. Yeah, and then they're using more complicated, nuanced bars, which is pretty typical of this part of the game. My team composition, I think, is actually doing surprisingly well, for what it's worth. We've got weird minion wars going on. I'm noticing that. So one of the things that they did with Guild Wars Beyond content like this is they gave... I don't know if she needs that or not, but they gave the... why do I have Burning Finale on me? Burning Finale, whenever Shout or Chant ends on that ally, sets all nearby enemies on fire for like 6 seconds, which is particularly strong in this team composition. Like, that's why the enemies are like kind of perpetually on fire over there, because I imagine Burning Finale's been on one of them or something. I don't know. The point is, there's a lot of it going on. Oh goodness, Kappa, why? The thing is, I can't actually fight these things very well. Okay, I guess I can fight them a little bit better than I thought I could. Hope it doesn't drop anything useful. Okay. That 82 gold might be... The vertical axis in this game is a little bit more of a suggestion than you might think. It's weird. Like, ranged attacks, it care about it, for example. But, like, bows in particular, if you're higher up, they will deal more damage, and if you're lower and have further range, and if you're lower down, it's kind of the opposite. What is this mess over here? Oh my goodness, everything is... Okay, this thing needs to go down, whatever this kind of pretends to be. Really wish I'd brought more resurrects, but that's neither here nor there. When the Afflicted are gone, we can begin to rebuild. We can not only replace what was lost, but build new and better world. Yeah, that's a hopeful message. Okay, what the heck should I be prioritizing here? Not that. I think this Necromancer. Okay, Necromancer is down. Other Necromancer needs to go down. General Morgan. Okay, well... And Takora is down. Great. I can't get them up. I have to wait for General Morgan to get them up. That's annoying. It's the truth. Okay, there we go. Got that down. There's a friggin... Afflicted monks are typically more smiting prayers, but clearly they've been given an upgrade for this Guild Wars Beyond content. You know what? Let's take those things out. I think they're causing our team some consternation. Where even is Zenmai's corpse? And why is she still dead? When Talcora is not dead. Zenmai has a bad habit of staying dead, is what I'm finding. Oh, well, she has 50% death penalty. That's definitely going to be a factor. It's very frustrating when one person has insane death penalty. Okay, so it looks like we've got another group just over this way a little bit. Past Ming the Judgment. Who needs to be our priority target for, like, multiple reasons. Yeah, that would be the reasons. Ray of Judgment is exactly what I was expecting there. It was as brutal as I was expecting it to. Actually, not quite as brutal as I was expecting it to be, if I'm being perfectly honest about it. Make sure Milani's a little bit faster, and maybe that will help. Verada's sacrifice stuff. Verada's sacrifice used to be so good, and then it got nerfed. Really brutally nerfed. Well, Necromancers also didn't used to have a minion cap, and then they added a minion cap because I guess they thought it was ridiculous for people to have like a hordes of 30 minions or something. Supported by Verada's Sacrifice, which gave them health regen and whatnot. Here we have your... it says, perhaps we can bring hope back to these people. I fear it's a thing they've long since forgotten. Okay, sure, whatever. I'm okay with speeding myself up. This is probably something that needs to go down. And if I am not getting adrenaline, my bar is, like, really bad. A lot of spirits over here that should probably go down. Zenmai continues. Like, death penalty is one of those compounding things, right? Once you have some, it's, like, hard to avoid it going haywire on you. Friggin' assassin. Oh, okay. These are weird epidemic assassins. Some other random stuff going on. Lots of spirits over there. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and do something about this. This is ridiculous. Man, there are so many shouts and chants just constantly flickering everywhere. It's crazy. Like, the number of times I just randomly gain 70 health is just hard to express. Because of the shout, or the chant rather, that grants that. I could open this chest. Sure. Oh man, my lockpick broke and I got a purple. That's lame. Let's bring out this miniature fire imp. Reminder of friends, perhaps? Plague Signet. Oh, draw conditions Plague Signet. That's an interesting build. I wouldn't necessarily consider it great, but it's not terrible. Technically, I wouldn't run draw conditions on a Necromancer, though. There's a Necromancer equivalent, so that's probably better. They clearly... Verada's Gaze allows them to steal our minions away, so I think that's something that they're intentionally trying to do. Yeah. Not a bunch of shouts and chants expire on us. I appreciate, actually, that there's warfare here going on between the Ampha and the Afflicted. I think we found the last of them. Let's provide them a swift exit from this world. Yeah, let's provide us a swift backing up, shall we? Oh my goodness. That's a lot of stuff being dropped everywhere at once. Yay, nothing to fear. It's probably being discounted by random things. Great. That's kind of what I thought might be the case. Ah! Smiters. Okay, this is... okay. General Morgan managed to get a res off. And then Zenmai promptly died. And Dunkoro is working on following suit. Okay, we need to do something about their backline. The problem is their backline. It's not things like this monk. Of course, now I've stepped into things, and now I'm dying, so whatever. Well, I mean, yeah, General Morgan's not going to have the energy. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and party wipe here. Hopefully I got close enough to that res shrine to activate it. Or we might have a very long walk ahead of us. Let's find out together. Okay, long walk ahead of us. Gotcha. So yeah, the underworld is a zone that does come up some for some quests. I don't remember what they are though, aside from this one. Like I said, it's a zone that's just not one that I tend to visit very often. It's an interesting one though, and I'm kind of liking it. I don't know how Initiate Zayri got to level 28, by the way. Let's go ahead and let's see. Did I bring other minis on this character? Yeah, let's pull out this miniature seer. And on my way back to where I unfortunately did not succeed, identify some stuff like this. This is terrible. I mean, it's fine. Whatever. Okay, less stuff to identify, more stuff to salvage. Oh. Well, I don't mind having the... I mean, it's not a max enchanting bow by any stretch of the imagination, but it's got some enchanting mods on it, which is useful. Okay, so I'm going to get my inventory out of the way. This is not... okay. Actually, I want to continue on a little bit further. Just... I think there's a resurrection shrine over there that I can go grab, and... if I can go grab that shrine, I will have a shorter run back if we wipe again, which is a distinct possibility. So I want to kind of go just a touch bit further. I mean, that's not too bad, but this is clearly a little bit shorter, right? Right? Okay, there we go. Now that's activated. So if we wipe again, which is distinctly possible... poor Zenmai. Yeah, this build is got a lot of damage potential promise, but it realistically needed more defensive options on it, so I like the idea of Coward and like Falling Spider Twisting Fang. It's a really cool idea, but Milani dear, I'm gonna give you a hasty refrain. That way you can... And let's attack this from the back. And hopefully manage to clear stuff out a little bit. Obviously somebody was targeting Milani and it did not go well. That seems to be the most likely explanation for what just occurred there. I'm moving myself a little bit just that way area of effect stuff can't like affect multiple dudes. What am I looking at here? Necromancer. That is just a huge... massive horde of dudes, and it's unrealistic to expect any melee attacker to survive walking into there. Mesmer... Actually, this monk should go down next. Okay, we're doing a really good job of clearing them out here. I mean, we're... Talcora... Here. I don't know if Talcora just died, but I tried to speed her up, so that way she would be less likely to do that. Oh, that's where the meteor shower was. Okay, now I know. I mean, as long as we're still able to get damage out and stuff, this is not going as poorly as one might fear. Okay, yeah, there's no way he's going to have the energy to... How is... just random minions? I mean, I don't gain much by trying to run, right? Somehow I'm still alive. Initiate Zayri must be keeping me alive. So the good news is... General Morgan just got enough energy back to resurrect everyone. And then Milani of all people promptly died. Save yourself, spam. Okay, cool. So, we have done this quest. So now I can go see the Initiate Zairi for my reward back in Penang City. So let's do that. I like the idea of what this build can be. I do think it fundamentally needs some tweaking, but it's promising. So Initiate Zairi says, "That did it. The Undercity has been cleansed of the plague, and our task here is almost at an end. Knowing that people can safely walk these streets brings me a certain peace of mind. Our deeds can't bring back what I've lost, but maybe they can keep someone else from experiencing what I went through." His next quest is, "This is it, the last item afflicted within Kaineng City. Until now, you have helped me fight, while the Ministry has continued the battle on other fronts. It seems that the afflicted aren't returning, so tell me, friend, how does it feel? Knowing that you're making a difference in the world. Well, I guess that's a moot question to be asking you. You must be used to that sort of thing by now. The final afflicted were seen in Sunjiang District. Will you help me send those unfortunate souls to the mists?" So I'm going to go ahead and grab this quest, so that way I know that I've got it, and that's what I want to do next time. But we're going to go ahead and end here. The good news is that this is actually not a terrible build. So I'm going to kind of keep working on this weird yelling at people's build. Maybe work some defense into Zenmai's, for example. Yeah. And anyway, until next time, everyone, take care. Goodbye.